Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Casual Report episode. I forgot. I think I've done it wrong. Just two of us today. Rob's in the house. Rob, how are you today, sir? Are you well?
I was happy until I realised I'm called Jam Casual.
I know. I swear I changed. No, I didn't change it. I forgot to change it. I did change it. I changed. Do you know what I've done? I've changed the wrong one. I've changed the wrong one.
If I look,
there's a hidden one as well.
If I look as handsome as Jam Casual, I'm happy. That's fine.
We can dream, mate. We can dream.
We can all aim for something.
Yeah, definitely.
I finally hit my goal.
Life is peaked. It's all downhill from here, my friend. Rob, what have you been up to for the past 48-ish hours? Working. You've been living the dream at work.
It's been alright. It's been a tough couple of ones, but it's work.
Did you enjoy the systems going down today?
Didn't. Normally, I'm stoked on it.
Yeah, it's what happens at the worst times. We're all very busy, mate, and it's like, nope. I'd see like everyone bollocks them.
Oh, honestly, the worst part is everyone else's systems went down. I was still running for another hour.
So I was one of the I was one of the first ones to come back, and I was like, hit all this crap, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Do you know what I mean? But you've been playing any games, or have you just been sleeping and working?
You'll be honestly shocked at this.
I'm ready. Lou, go on.
I've not played Borderlands.
You've not played This is outrageous news, mate. This is shocking.
Sure, I have been playing.
I know what you've been playing. I think I know what you've been playing. Lay it on me.
Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers for the Switch.
That's literally been it. Honestly, I have just been proper balls deep in it.
Good, isn't it? I enjoy Smash Brothers. I've not added you on the Switch, by the way.
No, I think I've got jamming down.
Yeah, I totally forgot. I've not picked up my Switch in about 3 days, and I'm totally blanked. I'm so sorry. I'll add you tonight. We'll play some Smash later on. Probably over the weekend, maybe. Something like that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Rob, have you got any more characters? Have you got any?
Yeah, I've got a few more now. So I mean, I've got past halfway now. I've gone past Gilleen. I'm on.
Oh, you're in the next bit.
Yeah, I think I've just done. I've completed the area where I've had Zelda and Young Link.
Yeah, just to clarify to everyone, you mean World of Light in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, yeah?
That's the one, yeah.
But yeah, cool.
And then I've just come out of the area where it's a bit sort of Castlevania-esque.
I love that. That bit is my favourite.
I was loving it.
There's a fight, I mean, like Sheik's there and everything, and it's just like Castlevania 3, which is what the anime is based on, and it's so good. Like, but I mean,
there was a bit I think where you go against Simon and Alucard, and I was literally just like tearing my eyes out.
No,
but it was gold. Like,
yeah, that's class.
Nostalgia trip.
You've been to the Street Fighter bit yet? Have you been there?
Yeah.
The World Map. Oh, it was cool. But it's quite hard. One of them, I remember one of them being quite hard.
Yeah, because I think because you get Ryu, don't you?
Yes. Yeah, I think all Street Fighter.
There was one that really, that proper bugged me.
Yeah.
proper bugged me. I can't remember who it was now.
Yeah, I think I know. Yeah, I remember really struggling on one there. I can't remember what spirit. I think it was the Bison spirit. I think, but I forget. You know what I mean? I
think it was.
Yeah, and it's quite difficult.
Yeah, it's been interesting because I mean like I say, the last one I ever played of it was Melee on. Yeah,
so you missed Brawl and Ultimate. You missed Brawl and 3DS and Wii U.
Yeah, so I didn't. So this whole sort of like adventure thing that's in it now is like a whole new.
You know, right? I asked you a question, Rob. I would enjoy if you went back to Brawl, because Brawl for me is the weakest one. That is whatever, but Brawl has this mode called Subspace Emissary. Have you heard of this mode?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's very good. Like the characters interact with each other. It's not just scenarios. There's an actual beginning, middle, and scenario that leads to the final boss. But it's very good if you go back and play it. I'm not sure how to hold up now. If you haven't played it before, I'm not sure how. And after playing Ultimate, I'm not sure how you'd find it. But
I'd assume it'd be alright.
Yeah.
Because like,
do you still have your Wii, or you?
I haven't. No. So I'll have to figure out another way. But I mean, I've got a mate of mine coming over on Saturday. He's bringing the N64.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be smashing.
Aye, you're gonna be buzzing, mate. I do like the N64. It's an excellent party machine, mate.
It is.
What games are you gonna be playing on Saturday?
Mario 64. Not Mario 64. Sorry, Mario Kart.
Mario Kart 64.
GoldenEye. Turok 3.
Oh, mate, we're going back to school. You know what I mean?
Honestly, like this is me and my mate and what we used to like. We used to do it every weekend.
Do I know you, mate? Do I, or is it?
Might do. I don't know if you know. It's full of love.
No.
No. That is.
He sounds like a cool gentleman.
He's a bit of a bell end, but I love him.
I think that about all my friends. A bit of a bell end, but I love him.
He is. He's a good egg. His heart's in the right place.
No, yeah, his heart's in the right place. He's just a twat. I know what you mean. But I need to say, usually when we're not rounded up and in like a pandemic, there's this. I don't know. I've probably told you before. We jam sometimes. Other people go to the Retro Game Fair, which is in Doncaster, and it is exactly what you think it is. Load of shit, old games for over. You'll have a heart attack when you see these prices, but you know what I mean. Some games have held the value quite well, so you should come with us, mate. That's all I'm going to say.
I'll do it.
Bring a Laura tribute. You'll have a great time.
She genuinely was.
Yeah, because some of the girls come with it. Jay says she's going to come, so you know, we'll see. But when it's on, I'll send you the link to the tickets. It's about £3 or £4 to get in, but it's fucking mate. If you like retro shit, maybe your game's there, your Gundam game. But Rob, have you been up to anything else?
Nothing else. That has literally been it.
Ask me what I've been doing.
Go on, what have you been doing?
Same two things I said on Tuesday. Guilty Gear Strive. I don't know if you know this. PlayStations don't like my internet. I don't know why. It's always the place that like Xbox works fine, Switch works fine, my PC works fine, phones, tablets work fine. PlayStation's like nah, chilling, mate. So obviously. Going online and Guilty Gear over the past couple of days has just been a nightmare. So for last night I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna factory reset my PlayStation 5. So saved all my saves to the cloud. Factory reset it. Went back on. I was like, it's better, but it's still a bit shit. And obviously went online because hit Reddit forums, hit the Google. Apparently the Guilty Gear servers are shit anyway. So tough luck, innit?
I was going to say, because I know, I don't know whether it's just a running PlayStation thing, because I have the same issue.
I think they use the shitty network cards, which...
like that PS4's I get. I mean, does what it needs to, but Jesus Christ, if I try and run Apex, I've never had so much lag in my life, and then I'll go on the Xbox.
You'll be all over it, mate.
Runs like a dream.
Runs like a dream. Yeah, I do think Sony cheap out on the network card, so if you plug it in, I assume it's going to be fine, but sometimes it's just the internet wire plug thing. The router's downstairs, basically, and obviously I play up here. So I plug it in in the computer, but if I'm going to do that, it's not convenient. So why it's fine. But it seems to work better in the US server, by the way. I tried it this morning before I went to work. Granted, it was 7 o'clock, so the European servers were dead. There was like me and 2 other people in there. I'm like, nah. Went to the American servers.
Played 6 games.
Yeah. Went to the American servers. It was alright. It's a bit laggy, but I mean, apparently the shit anyway. Which is annoying because Guilty Gear Strive has rollback netcode, and I don't know if you're up on online fighting games, Rob. I don't know if you know what I just said. Do you know what I've just said?
No idea.
I'm gonna allow me to enlighten you, mate. Right, rollback netcode is what Google Stadia uses. Remember Google Stadia? So
yeah,
if
for its brief life.
Yeah. So if you're playing a game and it'll sort of kind of predict your next input, and it'll go for a smoother experience. It sounds like that's not going to never work in a million years, but it works quite well. But there's no point having that and having shit servers. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of defeats. You might as well just fucking not have it. But whatever. And obviously, Guilty Gear Strive, which is, by the way, is fantastic. And It Takes Two, which, by the way, is fantastic.
We stumbled across some gameplay of it a little bit earlier.
You and Law?
Yeah.
What, Law, is your betrothed in, is she?
She is. She's somewhere.
Yeah, listen, I meant, is she in playing It Takes Two?
No.
Why?
Now, the reason is because we watch a lot of Outside Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
They've recently done one that's based off harrowing deaths, cute characters.
Right.
The first one that pops up is It Takes Two.
Right. I know what you're gonna. I know exactly.
For an elephant.
Yeah, it's the elephant. Yeah, I gotta say the game was fantastic, but that made me feel really uncomfortable. That bit. That was
literally the first thing she's ever seen, or both of us have ever seen. And
I'll learn it. Like, no. I'll have a word with her tomorrow. Is she in tomorrow? Is she at work tomorrow?
Yeah, she's in tomorrow.
Listen to me, Rob. I know, but I'll learn, and I'll be like, listen, Law. That game is tremendous, but that bit made me feel really uncomfortable. But I'll tell her. I'll be like, listen, it's fantastic. You need to play it. Don't need to play it. It's very good. It's very clever. It's very clever game design. How the two characters interact with each other throughout the and help each other in the quests. Like there's a part where it turns into like an isometric top-down dungeon crawler. So like World of Warcraft, imagine, and Diablo and shit like that. It's really cool. It just sort of goes through like that. It's dead cool. And that's about it. Yeah, well, I was having tea last night, and my girlfriend hates The Office. But I brought my plate up, and I sat down, and I noticed The Office was on, and I was like, this is the life. I know it's not watched it for fucking ages, because she don't like it. Which is fair enough, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I was very happy. But Rob, should we get on with it?
Well, let's go.
Mate, I have some scores on the doors first, lad.
Ooh.
I've noticed actually, as I put this on the dock, and now just clicking it, this score's gone up by 1 point, which has shifted it from red to yellow. And obviously, it's a film that is out tomorrow. When's the 16th? Tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yes.
Obviously, the film in question, Space Jam: A New Legacy, which has sitting at a measly 40 on the old Metacritic. Now, Rob, are you quite disappointed with this? Because I was quite hopeful after watching the trailers, you know what I mean? But
I think it's great what they've tried to do.
Yeah.
They've tried to sort of give it that like much needed revamp.
Mm-hmm.
But
two directors, by the way.
I think it's because everyone that wanted to see it saw the first one when it first came out.
Yep.
And I think that's the issue, is because everyone's thinking it's going to be just as good,
mm-hmm.
and then it's not hitting the same. So they're just going like references that are in it, things that they of course like are looking towards. A lot of people that age aren't going to understand, so it's literally just going like
mm-hmm.
over the top of their head.
Yeah, of course.
It's more directed towards that younger crowd, as we were on the release.
That was all over Space. I love Space Jam. I watch it now and still love it. Do you know what I mean?
It's still great.
So it is sitting at a 40 with 26 critic reviews, 4 positive, 14 mixed, and 8 negative, which isn't horrific, but that 40 is bringing it down. I'm going to read some. You ready? So the playlist, Warren Cantrell, he gave it 83, and he says, this newest Space Jam installment is a good time and boasts real heart. LeBron's steady work as a lead and a narrative undercurrent built on a believable father-son relationship makes for a breezy 115 minutes and improves on the harmless yet admissibly stiff original. That is outrageous, by the way. There's nothing stiff about the original.
There is not.
Shut up, Warren. And while LeBron might not be in the finals right now, he has definitely scored a win here. Is LeBron still playing?
I think so.
I think so. I'm not a basketball guy. I'm sorry. And also, we've got Entertainment Weekly, Mary Solosi. She's just algorithmically speaking, it's no slam dunk, which is a play on words because his son is a game developer in the film, I think, or is played to be one. And that was a 33, and The Guardian, Charles Bromesco, sorry, he gives it a 1 out of 5, 1 star. He's not happy with it at all. He says the core issues of the film, its numbing swirls of rainbow light popping out every which way, the excruciating pop culture catchphrases passed off as humour, LeBron's stilted if game assness with which it delivers the dusty moral to be a hour longer than its predecessor, all seem in minor comparison with the insidious ulterior intentions that power this fandom dynamo. He's fuming. Do you know what I mean? So the gist is, it insists upon itself, I think. And obviously G. Ellen Johnson gives it a 50. It says the original Space Jam was an out-of-nowhere delight, and Jordan gave space to his fellow live-action co-stars, such as Bill Murray, Larry Bird, and Wayne Knight. It was in and out in 87 minutes. Space Jam: A New Legacy, directed by a good filmmaker, Malcolm D. Lee, a girls trip and the best man, is a bloated 115 minutes. It's mayhem and madness wearing pretty thin as it goes along. It feels like it's about nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but I'm probably going to go watch this because I'm all about Space Jam. Space Jam.
I'll always go for it just to see what it's like.
Are you going to watch Space Jam?
I think I will, but I think I might wait a bit.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm going to pay to go watch it.
Yeah, cinema's pushing it, but we'll see. But I don't want to risk getting COVID because we'll see. But there's not all the only score on the door I've got today, Rob. You a fan of Zelda?
You know I am.
I know you buzz off Zelda. So tomorrow, a new Zelda Switch game comes out. So Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD.
Yeah.
Did you play that one on Wii? Did you miss it?
I did play it. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it gets a bad rep, but I quite liked it. And it is sitting at, drum roll please, 82 with 52 critic reviews, which is pretty
strong.
Pretty strong. So the gist I'm getting from the people is that everyone's upset that it feels like a drag and drop, like a copy and paste kind of thing. Some people, I think,
really seeing any straight difference.
I think the consensus is people were expecting more. But let's have a look. Those are our favourites. VGC give it a perfect 10. While even an excellent remaster such as this can't make Skyward Sword a perfect Zelda game, this is such a drastically improved version of one of the most overlooked entries in the series that Switch owners simply mustn't overlook a second time round. That's how it goes, mate. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD is the second chance that the poignant origin story of that Zelda franchise has always deserved. That's Spazio Games, that's a 90. Let's go to some average ones. Mostly positive reviews. So GameSpot, I swear GameSpot give everything a 7, but whatever. The various quality of life tweaks that Nintendo has implemented here, welcome as they are, don't fit Skyward Sword's biggest issues, and it remains the most uneven 3D entry in the series. Even so, the improvements in this Switch remaster make the overall experience more enjoyable, and the characteristic Zelda magic ultimately outshines the game's fault. So they're basically saying it's a Zelda game, it's going to be tremendous. There's no negative reviews, which is nice to see.
It seems that it's very people's own opinion on how they feel the game was, rather than the actual overall remaster.
Yeah, that's fair to say. But yeah, are you Are you interested in Skyward Sword HD? Is it something you want to play?
I wanted to actually to pre-order on it, but I just never had the chance. So I'll be getting it next month.
Something you'll be downloading maybe tomorrow or something. Yeah, nice.
I'd love to, but I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
It's gonna have to wait.
That's it, mate. But yeah, yes, mate. Rob.
Yes.
Enough nonsense. Should we crack on with actual good stuff, mate?
Crunching the numbers.
Yeah, we've done the numbers. So first up, free games, Epic Games Store. I've got them here. If you got a PC, you may as well. Where are we now? So you get Abduction, which is from the creators of Myst and Offworld Trading Company. No idea what that is. And then obviously they're free until the July 22nd, and then you can get Defense Grid: The Awakening and Verdun, which is a World War II kind of. Is that a strategy game or a? I get a strategy game. Yeah, it's a first-person shooter, which looks rough around the edges, but I'm sure it's good. Yeah, if you, I mean, if you got a PC, or even if you haven't, just get an Epic Games Store account and add them to your stuff, and then obviously we'll be in, mate, when you get that PC, or if you are getting a PC or a laptop or whatever, or something we'll talk about in a minute. But first, Rob,
Go on.
Are you familiar with Netflix?
Just a little.
Just a smidge.
That's too much.
Mm-hmm. Do you have Netflix?
Yes.
Of course you do. Well, Lucas Shaw and Mark Gurman from Bloomberg. Right, Netflix plans to offer video games and push beyond films, TV. Now, Rob, that sentence, what I just said, how does that make you feel inside?
It just makes me feel like they're going back to what they used to do. Because they used to do it a long time ago.
Yeah, it's actually in The Office he talks about Netflix, but that was when they were a postal service. Now,
and that was one of the options was renting games.
Yeah, it was. So, question then.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be streamed things like xCloud? You imagine, right?
I'd hope it'd be like.
Let me just read.
If it's anything like one for PlayStation Now,
yeah,
I won't be touching it. This is a lot of the reason I got rid of PlayStation Now.
Why did you get rid of PlayStation Now?
It was just, at first I thought it was just my internet connection.
Yeah.
I later found out it really wasn't. It's just very jittery. So same issues like you said you were having connecting, and it's and even to run things of the likes of a Dead Redemption, which you'd expect PlayStation 4 should be able to do it fine.
Could it not?
Absolute nightmare. Laggy as anything still. I'm just like, what is this? What is this? So if it's anything like xCloud, I'd be stoked. I'll play it. But if it's touching on that sort of PlayStation Now sort of thing, I won't be going near it at all.
I can appreciate that, mate. So the article says Netflix Inc. marking its first big move beyond TV shows and films is planning an expansion into video games and has hired former Electronic Arts and Facebook Inc. executive to lead the effort. Mike Verdu will join Netflix as Vice President of Game Development. That implies that they're going to make stuff as well as, do you know what I mean? Reporting to Chief Operating Officer Greg Peters, the company said on Wednesday, Verdu was previously Facebook's vice blah, 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 blah. The idea is to offer video games on Netflix's streaming platform. That answers that question. Within the next year. According to a person familiar with the situation, the games will appear alongside current fare as a new programming genre. Similar to what Netflix did with the documentaries or stand-up specials, the company doesn't currently plan to charge extra for the content, said the person who asked not to be identified because the deliberations are private. Somebody whistle blew, mate. Are you fuming? Netflix, are you fuming? Netflix shares gained as much 2.8% to $563 in pre-market trading Thursday. The stock has been up 1.3% this year throughout Wednesday's close. I just like numbers, mate. You know what I mean. So, Rob, that paragraph going to be added to your current package. Not going to charge you extra. It is going to be streaming.
It's a bit like a Game Pass, isn't
it?
Yeah,
it's what I'm saying, mate.
You're like it's like a oh, you know, we're a banging deal. We seem too good to be true, but we're not.
Yeah. So Mike Verdu of EA, formerly EA, he worked on popular mobile games including The Sims, Plants vs Zombies, and the Star Wars franchise. I can't remember what it's called. He also served as chief creative officer for Zynga. Do you remember Zynga?
Yeah.
Of course you do, mate. Netflix will be building out its gaming team in the coming months. According to the person familiar with the matter, the company has already started advertising for game development related positions on its website. I mean,
if their films are anything to go by and things that they've done recently,
like,
I think they could do something.
Good. I'm not hoping, because my assumption is they say they want it on there within the year. I assume. I've just skimmed this article, by the way. I've read a bit of it, but I've skimmed most of it. I assume it's going to be stuff that's already out is going to be going over.
Yeah.
And you're going to hook up your Xbox controller to your TV with Bluetooth and bang, you're away. I hope they don't make us use our TV remote, some point and click and all that shit. I hope that. But then again, like you say, with the Netflix originals, because I'm sure we'll see video games, Netflix originals. Their Witcher show's great. The Castlevania show's fucking awesome. Some of the animated stuff, like the Blood of Zeus and shit, that's good. People like Stranger Things. People like, what? I'm blanking on Netflix originals here. Help me out, mate.
Literally, most recent ones, the Fear Street ones.
Yeah, the Fear Street. People like Fear Street.
Brilliant.
Now, do you reckon they'll do? Because my biggest fear is I've wanted a Castlevania game for a million years. Yeah. You with me? Now, imagine because Netflix have their Castlevania show. Do you know what I mean? If it's a Netflix exclusive, that would be the. I just say the reason Google Stadia failed because it didn't have a killer app. Do you know what I'm saying? Now that I'm not saying like Castlevania is nicher than it used to be, but them kind of deals are what's going to get Netflix's game thingy through the roof, and that's when they're going to start charging more. Yeah.
Like if they did that, if they made their announcement and then literally just like. It was even just the slightest like flash at the end or fade in, just going Castlevania is coming.
Yeah.
Would you imagine the scene?
I'd be fucking buzzing, mate. I'd be all over it.
It would just be like constant. Twitter would just be full of take my money fry.
I'm in. Now, I can't even count all them rows. Now, I'm on the Netflix original Wikipedia page, list of Netflix original programming, and there's a fucking lot. I knew there was quite a bit, but I'm scrolling forever here. Do you know what I mean?
That is. They have so much good, but there is also a lot of
it's race to the bottom kind of thing. But I mean, the stuff that is good is fucking good. Like I really like Witcher. Really, really like is Heist a Netflix original? I think it is. It was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Heist. Yeah, it is. That's really good. If you haven't watched Heist, go and watch it.
But I think White Lines as well.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty big for its one season.
Is it just one season? Ragnarok is there. Alice in Borderlands. What's that? I thought it was something to do with Borderlands then, but it's not. Don't worry.
It's something else. I already know.
You've already done. You've already done what? Green Eggs and Ham. Of course, that's there, mate. So I mean, there's Ghost in the Shell. What a legend. Pacific Rim: The Black was a bit weak, but Oh, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, that's on there now. I need to watch that.
Yes, that's a point. I haven't seen that yet. So
I need to watch it. Apparently it's really good. Ozark is original. Stranger Things, The Crown. How could I forget The Crown? Sweet Tooth, people like that, right? Did they like that?
I think so, yeah.
I seem to come and go, but I think people liked it. Lost in Space is quite funny. But yeah, so I'm hoping. Because I don't want anything to fail, you know. I want them to succeed in this and give competition to the big boys. Because you imagine just imagine, this is what I said about Stadia, so take it with a grain of salt. Imagine telling Mr. Casual, right? You don't need to buy a console. Here's a controller. Bluetooth it to Netflix. Bang. Play some shooty bang bang. I imagine they'll have deals with like the lesser, like for example. I'm not sure. just insert generic shooting game here, and I imagine that'll be on there. Do you know what I mean? Or insert generic sports game, like Pro Evo maybe. Seem to be friends with Konami. That might Mr. Casual Pro Evo player. I don't need to buy a PC and upgrade that every year. I don't need to buy a PlayStation. I can just bang. There you go. See in a bit. Is it something you'd be interested in if it did take off? If it's something that you'd welcome?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, if they just need to make me their sales marketer. That's it. I've already told them what they need to do.
I'll write an email, mate. I said.
Yeah, just literally, Rob says, tell them it's coming, and then just fade in with Castlevania.
Yeah, I didn't think of that until we started talking about it just now. That could
genuinely would. Yeah, that would honestly be phenomenal.
Because Konami don't give a fuck. Konami is just doing their spa health things. They don't give two shits, mate. They're making loads of money from pachinko machines. They could just whore out their franchises. Like they could just thingy them out. What do you call it? Not lease them out. You know what I mean? No, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that could be interesting. Like Zone of the Enders and etc. I'm in. I've got to. I'm going to be myself.
I wouldn't even be that fussed if it was something like along the lines of like the art style of like Hades or something.
Yeah. You played Hades yet?
No, well, I got.
Mate, you're waiting for it, aren't you? You got it preloaded on that Xbox. I know you, mate.
Oh yeah.
But the Ascent's out soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
That next week, I think, or week after.
Not far off, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, man, we're buzzing. But Rob, anything to add on Netflix taking the Game Pass world by storm, or?
I think it's going to be good. I genuinely think if anyone's going to do it right, it probably will be them.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, they could quite easily do what, or like that typical sort of gaming area that Nintendo currently insanely hold the market on. Then turn around and go, that's cool, yeah, like Nintendo are doing their own thing, but how about you get some next level nostalgia with like these sort of games and you can stream it on your TV?
Yeah. Because Netflix have sort of evolved with the time. Because I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe Netflix started because the person that started Netflix had a bad experience with Blockbuster. And he just went, you know what, fuck you lot. I'll do it myself. There you go. And then obviously they've evolved with the streaming platforms, and then obviously going into this now, the project would get the care it kind of deserves. It did, like, because Google just chucked money at it, and then chucked money at it, put it out too early. I feel
like they're not going to rush it because they've done that before with some of their films, and they've seen the outcome. So now that they started taking more care with what they do, they're like, right, we know what we're doing now. And I feel like it's going to be the same with that. They're going to just go, right, let's really just look at this for a minute, see what we can do, and we need to do this right. I honestly think I think it is going to be a good.
We have hope. We have hope, don't we, mate?
It is it's going to be a strong entrance, I think.
Definitely have hope. Rob, enough about Netflix, mate. As much as I'm buzzing about everything. However, Valve surprised me. I got home from work and I was chilling, right? Valve surprised me with their latest announcement, if you will. Did you see what I'm about to talk about?
I haven't on this bit, no.
If you're not seeing this, Rob, Valve pretty much announced a Nintendo Switch Pro. You know what I'm saying? If you can read between the lines there.
It's oh no, wait, no. I did look at this before, didn't I?
Yeah, it's definitely something, mate.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
But
so
it can also go so
let
wrong.
me enlighten. So Valve this afternoon revealed that they've revealed a gaming handheld called the Steam Deck, and it's shipping in December. It starts at $399, which is if you do the exchange rate, about £399, you know what I'm saying? Rip off Britain and all that. So the Steam Deck, there it is. Looks familiar, right? Because it basically looks like a Switch. Them analog sticks are too high for me, mate. I prefer that to be the other way around, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm not particularly keen on being too high.
Yeah, because the Wii U has analog sticks and it's too high. I'm not sure if you played Wii U, but it's too high and it's annoying. But reservations open tomorrow, 1 PM ET, which is about 10 o'clock in the evening, I believe. Hang on, East. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's about 6 or 7 o'clock. I'm not sure. I'll do the time zone difference in a minute. But it starts at $399. You can buy a 5291 and a 6491 as well. Now, Rob, do you want the under the hood information, mate? Do you want the nerd talk right now? Sit back, mate. Okay. You sit back, right? So it's got an AMD APU containing a quad-core Zen 2 CPU with 8 threads and 8 compute units worth of AMD RDNA 2 graphics. Alongside 16GB of LPDDR5 RAM, there are 3 storage tiers: 64GB eMMC storage for $399, 256GB of NVMe SSD storage for $529, and 512GB of high-speed NVMe SSD storage for $650. You can also expand the storage available with micro SD card slot. Rob.
Bad to say. There's got to be a micro SD.
Yeah, definitely. Rob, did you understand anything I just said? You got the gist. You got the gist, yeah. So it's about as powerful as an Xbox One S ish. It's somewhere between Xbox One S and PS4 Pro, sort of ish. That area. In layman's terms, you know what I mean?
Pretty damn good.
I won't bore anyone, but what I will do is I will put this article in the chat if anyone's there. Wants to have a mooch, you can do. Do you know what I mean? So the Steam Deck has a huge number of control options. Good. There are 2 thumbsticks, but also 2 small Steam controller style trackpads. Did you see the Steam controller at all?
No, I didn't.
If you just do a quick Google, mate, them 2 pads under the sticks is what they kind of used.
Okay.
And the front of the Steam Deck also has an ABXY buttons, because of course it does. A D-pad, 7-inch 1280 by 800 touchscreen. Not 1080. For 720p display, sorry. 720p. Where's the 1080 display? The device also has a gyroscope for motion controls. Hallelujah. Like the Switch, it has 2 shoulder triggers on each side, and there are 4 back buttons, 2 on each side, as well as the built-in microphones. Which is good. And there's a description thing there. I'm going to put it back on the screen for a second. I'm reading from The Verge, by the way. I can't remember if I said that. Yeah. Tom Warren.
I don't know how I feel about the built-in microphone.
Yeah, it's Guilty Gear. It looks fucking fresh on. I'm sure that's just a photoshopped image, but that looks fresh on there. So as for the battery, Steam Deck's onboard 40 watt hour battery provides several hours of play time for most games. For lighter use cases like game streaming, smaller 2D games, or web browsing, you can expect the maximum battery life of approximately 7 to 8 hours. You can play Portal 2 for 4 hours on this thing. If you limit it to 30 frames a second, you're going to be playing for 5 to 6. And there's also there's a stand thing as well, I think there is. But there is images here. Because why not? Say there's a stand. Yeah, of course there is. So I assume you can connect a Bluetooth controller to this. Also 2-player Stardew Valley. That's what we pay £650 for, mate. You know what I mean? That's about 1,200 quid to be fair. But Rob.
Yeah.
After the jargon, mate. How do you feel about it? And also, there's a IGN thing.
Yeah, I think
hit me. Lay it down straight for me right now. What are your thoughts on the Steam Deck?
It's going to give Nintendo a massive run for its money, like a serious run.
Okay, I have another question.
Yeah, go on.
Will it work properly? Because I don't know if you remember, Valve tried the Steam box before, where they just sold you a box with like a PC in it, and you could put it under your telly, and nobody bought it. So it's like a double barrel question: will it work, and will people buy it?
I feel like I would have to give it a test before.
Yeah, I would need like yourself or Jam or Dan or one of my friends to buy one first, and they can be my beta tester, and I'll just go around and have a quick go. See how it is.
We'll check back with Mr. 200 after he's
Mr. 200. Yeah, could have done it with Insight here because he was not pleased with the Switch Pro. To be honest, the Switch OLED, I should say. I'm more interested in if I was to buy one, and if you said to me, 500-600 quid, burn, you've got to buy with it a Switch OLED or one of these things, I'd definitely buy one of these. I'm not sure what you would do.
Yeah.
Would you do the same?
Like I'd do the same.
Yeah. Plus in mind.
There's just as much as I'd like the OLED. Yeah. I mean, Valve's just got more going for it. That Steam Deck looks like it's going to be an absolute force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
So long as they market it right.
Yeah, and it is the lowest entry, it says in this article as well, is $50 more expensive than the Switch OLED, which if you're not if you're not desperate to be playing the Nintendo games, or the third party see it's going to run better, obviously. It just will.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, one of the things I found out the other day that's on Switch, and I don't even know, was the Handsome Collection.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much shit's on the Switch, mate. If you just have a look at that, just for the Ace shop, mate, for a few hours, you'd be fucking there for ages.
So I looked at it, I was like, do you know what? Fair enough. If they've managed to figure out a way to run it, I'll buy it.
Are you going to get it on the Switch?
Yeah.
You're all over that, mate. You are all over that.
Always well.
But yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure over the next coming months, we'll see like review hardware out, and we'll see how it does. It's just them sticks are too out of place for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit.
I don't think I'd be able to do it. But maybe if you held it like that, like top
quite
end.
Like how they. That's what I'm thinking. Like, so I'm assuming you'd have to be quite literally like.
Yeah, yeah, and that could hurt you. Is it your tendons here? I'm not sure. I'm not a fucking fitness freak, but your tendons here could quite ache and.
So I mean, I've as you know, I've got the Switch Lite.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. Like with having the one of the joysticks sort of up here, the other here, it kind of gives a bit of a nicer feel, and you don't feel your hand cramping, which is quite nice.
Are you a symmetry guy or a off guy? Like for example, like the stick. Do you prefer the sticks like that or like that? I'm
not too fussed.
I'm not too
fussed. With a hand like something like the Switch, like a handheld, I need them to be off center.
Off center. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you so much, Rob, mate. I don't.
But if I had them symmetrical, I think that's the only thing that kind of puts me off it with the Steam Deck.
Yeah, the two. It looks like the shit's in a line, and I'll get it back up on the screen for everyone. But this image here, it looks like it's all in a line, all the buttons and stuff. You've got the pads here and that, but like I don't know, man. That's the only thing that's throwing me off it for me. And obviously the price.
Everything appears to sort of be top end.
Yeah, top heavy. Yeah. But I'm intrigued to see how they do though, if they do settle and.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Valve can actually make I don't know, because I think Valve are just a bit like Google. They not just like whatever. Yeah, it's in a bit. They live off Steam revenue now, don't they? They don't give two shits, mate.
We don't give a boo.
Yeah, man. Says ultimately though, the Steam Deck is still a full-fledged Linux computer, meaning that more technical users will be able to jump out to the regular Linux desktop too. That's cool. Valve notes that you'll be able to plug in a mouse, keyboard, and monitor and install all the What? You'll be able to plug a mouse, keyboard, and monitor and install all the game stores, regular PC software, browser, web, and more. Valve says the Steam Deck's features are designed to emulate the regular Steam app on desktop, complete with chat notifications, cloud save support, and all your library collections and favorite kept in sync. And if you want more power, you'll be able to stream games to the Steam Deck directly from your PC using Valve's remote play feature, which is similar to what the Vita does with the PS4, I think. I'm not sure if it does it with the PS5 yet. I can't remember. So yeah, very impressive tech. On paper. We'll see if it works out in the wild. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it. We're just gonna have to wait and see, I think, with this one.
Yeah, defo, mate. So, Rob, enough about that. Bish is in the house. You're right, Bish, mate. So, about the Steam Deck, mate. Shall we move on?
Go on, let's see what we got.
You have anything else to say about the Steam Deck?
I'm hopeful.
You're hopeful. So I'm buzzing. I'm always buzzing, mate. Bish, mate. So, bad news for me, mate. Is it all bad news? It's not, actually. It's nice. It's chilling, mate. So, Resident Evil Reverse. Have you seen? Do you remember this? The Battle Royale shit thing?
Yes.
Resident Evil RE Games Twitter tweeted a tweet, as they seem to do on Twitter. It says the previously announced July 2021 launch of Resident Evil Reverse is being moved to 2022 so that the team can continue working to deliver a smooth gameplay experience. We will share updated launch details at a later time. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Do you remember the video of Reverse?
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look hot. I was never sold. For someone who's not bought 8 yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for what I've seen of 8 does look fantastic, but I'm a little bit skeptical. I think it's a great idea on paper. Well, how they're going to make it practical, I just don't know.
I know what you're saying. I'm not surprised. It needs it from lots of things. It did need a bit of TLC.
Yeah.
But whatever, mate. Did anyone actually care? Probably not. That was just a quick update. Now, Rob.
Yeah.
Up next, mate. Don't know if you've seen this trailer. Right. I'm very intrigued with this project right now. Obviously this is YouTube channel called 867 TV, which is Bandai Namco Japan channel thing. Whatever. This is a Gundam. The project's called Gundam Evolution, right? Which is basically Gundam Overwatch. If you just watch the trailer for 2 seconds. Because ever since you've did that Forgotten Gem where it's Gundam, I've been all over Gundam shit, mate. You know what I mean? I've been all over it, but I'm going to put the trailer up now for everybody. Now it's only been revealed in Japan as of yet, and it is free to play first-person shooter. So think of that whatever you will. But it doesn't look horrific, and I'm about Gundam, so I'm very like eager to see where this goes, if it's going to be any good, if it's going to have the player base to support it. I'm not sure about you, Rob, mate. Have you seen this trailer yet?
I haven't. This first I've seen.
Oh, mate, you're in for a treat. This is basically, it looks the spit of Overwatch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're an Overwatch man or...
Not really, but I would be after this. Day one.
I think Overwatch-ish. I think one of my mates from work, big Ross May, plays Overwatch. He's very into it.
He does. Wrecking Ball main.
Wrecking Ball main. I would be a Lucio main. I do what I want. Do you know what I mean?
I don't even know who I am.
You know what I'm saying?
I think mine would probably be along the lines of probably sort of like either something along that line I would have thought.
I know what you were saying, mate. So is that something that you could see yourself getting into, or something that's just a quick cash grab? Maybe a bit of both.
I'd play. I mean, I don't even care if it's ready. I want to play it.
Yeah, mate, I'm in. I was exactly the same. I'm like, not usually into that kind of thing, but it's 6v6, so Overwatch is... It used to be 6v6, right? Right? Rich is saying this is not going to do very well.
No, I can get what he means by it. It's... I mean, I love Gundam, literally as much as the next person, but yeah,
I know what you're saying.
You have that fear, don't you? I think that it's just not going to do well. It's... I have so much hope. Games do well. Hang on. For what I know, the majority haven't done that great.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's very... let me just... I'm trying to find Gundam sales. But I don't think I'll be able to get like a decent number. Do you know what I mean?
I think the majority are...
There's a lot of games though, by the way.
Sort of like a lot of like Southeast Asia releases that have just...
There is...
We've never seen the light of day over here.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26. There's 27 games on the PS2 for Gundam games. That's just the PS2. 27. PS2 was out, well, the highlight for PS2 was 5 years ish. 2000, 2006, 6 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games PS4. I don't know why I'm counting Gundam games, but you know what I mean. So it's only, like I said, it's only been revealed in Japan as of now, I think. I can only find this Japanese trailer, so if there is the English, American, US, UK, European trailer out there, please let me know, because I'm very interested in this. Well, when I say interested in it, I'll play it once and never play it again. You know what I mean? That's what I do. Yeah. Rob, mate, do you have anything to add about Gundam? Anything?
Just that I want it to do well. I want it, and now I just want it to do well to prove Bish wrong.
Yeah. Right. So we're all gonna go download Gundam just to prove Bish wrong. The Gundam rules. Just saying it's risky
I think that is a good way of putting it. With what Bishop said, it's very, very risky.
But it's free to play as well. So I assume, when was the last game out for Gundam? I imagine Gundam's one of the things that it's probably this year a new game come out. We just haven't noticed because it just came to come and go. Do you know what I mean? Let me just Gundam video game. I swear there's a fighting game out in Evo this year. There you go. Bang. 2018. I fucking didn't know it was that old, to be honest. But I swear there's like a new Gundam Breaker, it's called. It's push square, give it a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, they've not had good luck with their games.
No, I mean they're very
like that one, of course, Endless Duel. That was just outstanding for its time.
Oh,
like, it was just an absolute.
I tell you now, you get Art System Works, the guys that did Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball Fighters, to make a side-scrolling Gundam game. I mean, come on. So that the newest Gundam game I can find is New Gundam Breaker, which is sitting 43 on Metacritic, and it is also the user score is quite low as well, which is never good to see. It's sitting at 3.2, but the user score's only got 52 reviews. So there you go. The people are not happy about something, but we all know that Forgotten Gem you brought was the best Gundam game that's ever released. So tough shit. Yeah, I mean,
was
yeah.
Literally, we make just that game as with Fighter Z.
Yeah. I don't, mate. Shall we crack on?
Yes.
Are you familiar with Gamescom?
Yes.
The event in Germany, which takes place, which, if you believe it or not, has more guests than E3. When we're not under a pandemic, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I miss so many enders, Bishop. Don't talk to me. So I'm reading from Gaming Root, and it is Ankit Garber. I think I've said that right, I'm sorry. Who has an Emil picture as his profile, so he's a cool guy. Emil's from Near, by the way, those uncultured enough not to know that. But it says the preparation for Gamescom 2022 has already begun, and today they announced some participants for the event. That includes some big names and smaller indie game companies as well. And I've got the list for you because I'm a nice guy. Well, Anchor's got the list for us. Thank you very much. I'm trying to find the thing. There it is. So we've got 505, Activision, Aerosoft, Assemble Entertainment, Astragon Entertainment, Bandai Namco, Bethesda Softworks, EA, Game Evil, Com2 US Europe. I don't even know if I've said that right, I'm sorry. Head Up, Indie Arena Booth, Koch Media, Next Studio, Tencent Games, Sega Europe, Team 17, Thunderful Games, Ubisoft, Wargaming, and Xbox. Nice handful of people there. I hope we're in a place where people can enjoy going with minimal restrictions. Do you know what I mean? From the COVID outbreak.
Yeah.
I hope people can do that. But it's always a good show. There's rarely a smasher announcement. Do you know what I mean? But it's always some nice stuff there. It's not a full list. It goes on to say these are only the ones who are confirmed that they want to participate at Gamescom 2021. Oh, that's unfortunate. There's a typo in this. I thought it was talking nonsense. Preparation for Gamescom 22 have already won. That's 2021. Which one is it? This year, I'm confused there. This article's had a typo. Let me just Google Gamescom 2021, see what we get. It is 2020. It is this year, right? Bit of a typo there. It's very confusing, but we're back in the game. Not a full list. Only ones who have confirmed that they want to participate. So I would expect the list to have some more big names, but I do not think Sony and Nintendo will be there. Neither do I. According to the rumours, Sony is supposed to have an event in August that will showcase Horizon Forbidden West and the next God of War. I'll believe that when I see it. Also, this person also thinks Activision will announce the next Call of Duty, or at least show some of it there, and we'll get updates on the next Battlefield.
I don't think there's going to be another Call of Duty.
Out of those... Sorry, go on.
I literally, off the back, I don't think there's going to be another Call of Duty for a bit. I mean, where are they? They're on season 4 now for Cold War.
There will be a Call of Duty this year.
I see. I don't know. I don't think there will.
Are you high?
The only reason I say it is with how they're running Cold War with Warzone, they're running them off each other.
Right.
And they're bouncing them off with the seasons. So now disrupt that to then replace it with another game to then start the seasons again. At this point, I feel like they're going to miss a trick. And I feel like they know they can make more doing it this way before spend more time on another game to release next year. So that they can literally just be like, bang, there you go. This is now going to be the new season with Warzone.
Listen to me, Rob.
No.
Listen to me. There will be a new Call of Duty game this year. I'm not having this.
I know what they're like. They normally do it every year. There'll be one before Christmas. Get all those Christmas.
Yeah, November the 10th-ish, November the 9th-ish, something like that. Where's the sales on here now? Sales, boom. It's sold 5.7 million digital units. In its first 6 weeks, the game earned $678 million. Are you telling me there's not going to be one?
I just got a feeling they're gonna rinse.
I'll take a friendly bet, mate.
Yeah, I think they're gonna leave it till next year.
So your big prediction. I'm gonna clip this. Right, if you're right, we can get in the Queen tonight. Because this is. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Do you know what I mean? But if you're right about this is going to be some knighthood kind of shit. Do you know what I mean?
Bishop, you are right. Like it is literally like FIFA, iPads, everything every year. Like brand new one comes out, let's get another one. Let's get another one.
Let's rinse that cash cow. But I'm not having it, mate. Whose turn is it this year? I don't keep up with it. Hang on, let me just Call of Duty 2022. I don't know. Ooh, first video. Bad news about Modern Warfare 2 2022 Call of Duty. I'm not sure that's relevant. In 20. Okay. We're going down a rabbit hole. Sorry, Rob, mate.
That's all good.
I'm on Gaming Intel. Maxwell Jeffrey wrote this article. Says it looks like Call of Duty has some big titles ahead of it, with Modern Warfare 2, a Black Ops 2 futuristic title, and a Zombies project. There's a new leak. There's a new Call of Duty leak making waves as the franchise 2022 and 2023 releases. Mate. Maybe getting early reveals, although we've got Call of Duty Vanguard releasing this year. There you go. What's Call of Duty Vanguard? You've been stumped here, Rob.
Oh, man.
It seems... Okay, this is from March. Call of Duty 2021 is returning to the Second World War in World War II Vanguard. Here's everything we know so far, which is... I'm not even going to read it because it's nothing. We don't know anything. Yeah?
It's all speculation.
It is. It's all speculation. Is it Vanguard? Whatever. I'm still not having it, mate. But if you're right, I'll tip my hat to you. I'll put a hat on and tip it to you, mate. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. I'd appreciate that.
Right, mate. Anything to add to Gamescom before we move on?
No, I think that's it, to be fair. I think that's everything I can think of.
We're buzzing. Last one. Just a cheeky one, because I realised, as I was doing the doc earlier, that we've not had any articles from VGC, and I had to rectify that because it's not a casual report about an article from VGC. Do you know what I'm saying? That we can read off.
Yeah,
we can.
I feel like I would have probably had to go if that had been the case.
We weren't having it, mate. But it's from Andy Robinson. Shock. It said Phil Spencer says he's worried about gaming losing its history. Bishop's not a fan of Cold War, by the way. I don't think you can see that on the screen. Don't know if you care.
Yeah.
Don't know if Bishop's wrong. Not going to try. Jam plays Cold War, which
I've got Cold War. I mean, I'd kind of agree with Bishop, to be fair.
Mate, I might have to pinch that for you for a bit and do the campaign. If you're Modern Warfare,
both of them are They're both digital copies.
Oh, mate, why are you doing that to me now?
Because I didn't buy one of them.
I know what you were saying, mate.
I'll let you got gifted, and I was just like, that's fine with me.
Yeah, they usually pipe up on what's it called? Humble Bundle. They usually pipe up there, but the last two haven't, and I'm a bit like, for fuck's sake, man. Come on, do it for me. Just put it on there. So I don't have to buy it. Do you know?
It's, I do agree with Bishop though, like it genuinely is.
Is it not as good, is it?
It's the only way I can.
I've not played either, so you can say what you want.
It's like they've essentially got all of the good bits of Modern Warfare, took it out, and just went, let's just sell that for a bit. That should do it.
Yeah,
that's very much it.
I can appreciate that, mate.
Enemies.
I can appreciate that, mate.
Yeah, the sort of like you always have that main villain, and it's always like, you know what? Yeah, he's a real dick.
Yeah, he's a dick, and
but you don't get it with Cold War.
Do you know?
No,
that's the one Nixon's in, right?
Yeah, it's just not as good. Like, I mean, for any of that sense, because you always have that like, I can't wait to kill this bugger.
Yeah.
Then it's just like that every other mission with Cold War. It's just like, I'll get rid of this guy. I'll get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
I suppose I'll kill this one too.
I know what you're saying, mate. Ooh. Ball's in.
Go on.
I've just thought then it is actually time to. It's the Humble Bundle renewal thing. I was kind of hoping one of the Call of Duty was in there, but Yakuza 3 remasters in there, which is good, and Dirt 5.
Ooh.
So good, mate. Anyway, back to this. Xbox is worried about losing its. Oh, Xbox is worried that gaming is losing its history. Join the club, Phil, mate. Do you know what I mean? I've been banging this drum for years. I'm sure a lot of people have as well.
Bring back F-Zero.
Yeah, bring it back. You know, this is what I'm saying, Rob, mate. To legitimately play the last F-Zero game that came out, well, the last console game, F-Zero GX, you have to go on eBay or wherever, buy a GameCube, buy a copy of the game, buy a TV that fucking lets you plug in a GameCube, or buy an adapter that doesn't dim the colours. And then, which, by the way, Nintendo doesn't see a cent of, by the way. Not them. Whatever. And then, do you know what I mean? Plugging in an old CRT. I just port it to Switch. Do it. I know it's not drag and drop. I know it's not drag and drop, right? Well, there's a lot of games as well. It's until recent, like Advance Wars as well. Okay, the 1 and 2 is getting a cheeky little remaster thing, but before that, it's like grabbing an old DS and just going on eBay. Like Game Boy Advance games, some of them aren't cheap. Castlevania on the Game Boy Advance is not cheap if you want a nice box version. Do you know what I mean? I'm very fuming about this. This very close to my heart. This subject, Rob. I don't know if that comes off.
Oh, so I get it, because it's.
Yeah.
I mean, how can I put it? I'd do anything to play Golden Sun again. But I don't have the cartridge anymore.
Okay. Right, well, I'm going to do you a favour now. I'm going to go on eBay. I don't think Golden Sun's that expensive, but you'll get the gist. Golden Sun. Fucking hell. Right. Genuine cartridge. Genuine tested Golden Sun cartridge with Game Boy Advance. It's 25 quid. Which isn't too bad. But then you think, oh fuck, where's my Game Boy Advance? Does that still work? I think I lent it to my sister and she never gave it me back, and now she sold it. Right, so you go in here and you're like, Game Boy Advance. I'm not going to look at that. You can get a backlit screen one for about 100, 150 quid. Or like a not backlit screen one for 50, maybe 40, 50 quid.
See, that's where I'm fortunate. I've still got my special edition Zelda SP.
Of course you have, mate. And I recently re-shelled an SP with a backlit screen. So I'm fortunate as well. That was a fucking bastard, that was.
Well, actually, I've got the backlit screen already on that one, so I'm quite happy. So I was lucky.
It wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, all I need now is just for Nintendo to release.
Is it the backlit screen or the frontlit screen you've got?
Zelda Switch. Oh no, it could be the frontlit.
Yeah, because I think.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Has it been tampered with? Because it is a frontlit screen, but then.
Right, hang on, bear with me.
There. I'm going to say, I'm going to read this article to everybody because I'm cool. Hey everybody, how you doing? JT, casual report. I'm quite hungry, to be fair. But there he is. He's back.
I'm back.
Lay it on me. Flip it up. Has it got any juice? Turn it on. Frontlit, that is.
Yeah.
I'll show you my back. Hang on. My backlit, my other backlit GBA's around here somewhere. Give me a second.
It has been.
Stay there.
Such a trusted SP, this thing. Absolute bloody gold. No pun intended for the colour.
Right, there's no game in it, but I don't know if you can see. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, the fucking honestly, it brings out the get a backlit one. Do it, mate. Get a screen for that, like 40 quid. You lend my screwdrivers. You know what I mean? Do it, mate. You won't break it. It's fine. Anyway,
probably would.
Rob. Microsoft's head of gaming has said he's worried about the state of video game preservation and called for all platform holders to come together to find out a way to safeguard the industry's history. Yeah, I mean, backward compatibility has been a key feature of Microsoft's Xbox Series. You can play any Xbox game on a Series console, by the way, which is fantastic. Makes me happy that they've done that. I can imagine that wasn't easy engineering it. I imagine it was a bastard, but they got there in the end. Mini games take advantages of the new console's capabilities, so yeah. It says, I do worry a little bit about losing our art form and the history, he said, when I think about old ROMs and MAME, which is the emulation thing. And these things of where these old games are going to go as the hardware that's capable of running those games. I really wish, as an industry, we'd come together to help preserve the history of what gaming is about, so we don't lose the ability to go back. I'm saying this for you. Not as adequately as that. Not as... But I've been banging this drum for years. Years, mate. I used to write for a website. Not a very big website, but like a website. My most popular article on that website was banging on about game preservation.
Yeah, I mean, it's true though. I mean, what we do when we do get to that point where things like this aren't as easily accessible as they still are. I mean, yeah, you're paying out your ass for it sometimes, but you can still get one. Because
I remember, like, not so much like the Game Boys and the SNESes and things, but you go to the PS1s and PS2s and things. Eventually, those will break because you've got moving parts in it, and you'll have to go to a specialist to get the new motor, and you have to take it apart, which is fair. There's probably going to be a gap in the market of fixing all consoles. I know a lot of people do it now. Like I was saying at the start of the show, the Retro Game Fair, there are people there that will take your console apart and clean it for you. Do you know what I mean? Give them like 10 quid or whatever. He's right, and one of the reasons I applaud Xbox is the fact that they care about, well, they at least pretend to care about this kind of shit, because they're shoving it in the new consoles, and I hope Sony and Nintendo find a way to do this, because
I feel like they will, to be fair. I mean, especially Nintendo.
Yeah.
But like Xbox are very big about where they've come from. gaming wise. I mean, Halo's a huge staple. They will always refer back to it and say like, this is a game. In ways, it made them.
Yeah, it did.
And they haven't forgotten it, and they always throw back to it to say, it's always like a nostalgia to go, we're here because of this. This is where we've come from. Look how far we're coming, but let's never forget. I do like their nods and what they do. I feel like Nintendo still kind of do that. I mean, they haven't brought back F-Zero yet, but there's still time.
I'm hopeful, mate.
There's still time. There's always time. I'm
telling you now, after that E3 showcase, I am hopeful. WarioWare, like I said, WarioWare 2D Metroid, Advance Wars.
Metroid Dread.
Yeah.
I think it's on its way. It's coming.
I genuinely believe it is for the first time in years. I genuinely I take the piss most of the time, but recently I genuinely think that it's happening.
We might even see the long-awaited Star Wars Episode 2 pod racer.
That is a pipe. But you never know. Stranger things have happened.
They have.
But I will whack this in the YouTube description if you watch it on YouTube. I always forget. I'm sorry. And it's there if you need to go and have a read of Phil Spencer. He is actually. I think he said this on the Kind of Funny Gamescast.
This show is sponsored by.
I think he did. Just a copy link, which is here. If you want to watch the whole thing, it's there. But yeah, that, Rob, is everything I got for today. Anything else you want to add to what we've been talking about?
Yeah, I feel like the biggest struggle for any of the ones that we've gone on about is going to be Sony.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because they're very stubborn. You know what I mean? Sony, when it comes to that kind of shit. And to be fair, Nintendo as well, but you forget Nintendo had the Virtual Console on the Wii, which, why is that not still a thing? I don't know. That was fucking awesome, mate.
Well, go back to Nintendo in general with that. They're always very crafty. They always, especially with the Switch as well. I've seen the whole sort of 99 series and things like that they're doing with Bomberman and everything else. So it's still trying to give it its new lease of life, and it's quite good. But a lot of their consoles as well, especially the NES and SNES, piece of piss to take apart.
Yeah.
Very, very easy to fix.
Yeah.
Very little knowledge is needed for their components as well, to a point that they're easily accessible at all times.
Yeah, it's like you take the roof off a SNES or a NES, you can pretty much see everything, where everything goes, and you're just like, okay, I need a new whatever.
It's literally just like, that card's not quite right.
It's like in
Sound.
we're on about Game Boy games and I did change the battery. I had to change the battery in a couple of my Final Fantasy Game Boy Advance games because it just wouldn't save, which is the problem you'll get with Game Boy Color games, Game Boy games, like Pokemon, all Pokemon games as well. You probably lose your save because the battery won't have the battery in it to be able to save it to the cartridge, and you know what I mean? And it's dead easy. Took the top off, got my soldering iron, got the old battery out, stuck the old one back, screwed it back on, done.
I say I think the trickiest one out of any of their consoles is probably going to be the Wii or Wii U. That's going to be a bit of a bugger. GameCube, that's more of a little motor, but that motor again is something that's easily accessible. It's not one that you're going to struggle with like the PlayStation.
You say it right. Listen to me. I reshelled my girlfriend's Switch for her with the Animal Crossing shell. I did that, and then I was like, yeah, whatever. Got the back on the actual Switch, got it, boom, sorted.
No way. Yeah.
Did the hang on. I think it's the left Joy-Con with the battery, with the camera in it. I'm telling you now, that was a fucking bastard. Oh my god, I was screaming.
How many times did you take it apart again?
It's not only once, right, ish, but it get squeezing everything back in. He's got the cable what's it called, the flat cable thing, you know what they're called?
Yeah, I know which one you mean.
Yeah,
it's like the flat cable
wrapping it around the thing to to the stick. I was like, I'm gonna smash your head in a minute. Like, I'm gonna rip you apart. But I did it in the end, and it's still. But I did get it back together. Thought, yeah, buzzing. And I hadn't stuck one back down, so the motion control didn't work. I think, or is it the art? No, it wasn't the motion control. It wasn't the motion control. It was the L2 button, whatever ZR button, ZL button. Sorry.
It was. I remember.
And I'm just like,
saying it was
I was just like, I'm fucking scream. So I just take it back apart, fix it, and put it back up. But the right Joy-Con's not too bad because it's not got the shit at the bottom. But I was fuming, mate. But yeah. Preservation's important. There's a lot of games now that for the especially the Mega Drive, the NES, SNES, which legitimately you probably can't play.
Nah.
Unless you fork over a lot of cash. Legitimately play.
Well, yeah, I mean, a perfect example of that was, I think, another one of my forgotten gems, which was the Castlevania Bloodlines.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is on.
I think that was originally it was
Genesis. It is on the Genesis Mini, and it is on the Castlevania Collection. But if you wanted to legitimately play that original, like go get your Mega Drive and shit, mate, how much was it? It was quite a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 120 quid.
120 notes, mate.
It's like, I think whenever I mention that game, all I can think of is the intro song when you literally go onto the first level.
It's fucking mint. Castlevania music is always amazing, by the way. Yes, so mate. So, Rob, speaking of forgotten gems, I've got one. I'm going to do one today. Don't you worry. I've got one. I've got one up my sleeve, mate. It's very fitting. I want to go. It's a sports game, Rob. Yeah.
Okay.
When did it come out? I want to say 96, but let me just double check for you, mate. He's right. 96. Sports video game. May or may not be based on a popular franchise. I should have given it away there. I hope I've given it away.
I can't even think.
You can think. We mentioned said franchise in the show today about 2 or 3 times.
FIFA?
Not FIFA. Sports game.
Pro Evo?
No. Keep going.
I can't even think of that. Honestly, it's not even coming.
It is based on. It's a thingy game. I can't remember what you call them. I'll tell you the platforms: PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and DOS and MS-DOS. The genres are sports video game, racing video game for some reason, and simulation game. I played the PlayStation version. I think I've still got the PlayStation version.
Literally, I can't even think.
You can think.
I honestly can't.
You can think.
No, it's not happening. I literally cannot get it.
Rob. Telling you.
I'll be kicking myself, I know. But
you're going to kick yourself.
It's not coming.
The game in question is, of course, Rob, Space Jam for the PS1. Yeah, I'm sorry. I sort of. Hang on, let me just get this YouTube video because this is looking tremendous. I can't get the YouTube stream has crashed again, but I can't get the YouTube video up. But did you ever play this game?
I didn't, to be fair. It's one of those things that I kind of wish I had.
Yeah, all day long. It's basically pretty much NBA Jam, but with Space Jam characters. It's like a lot of mini games. Obviously, you can go to the Toon Squad or the Monstars. Very fun. And you can hear the. I forgot the video, and if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, you can hear the announcer. It's not as cool as the NBA Jam announcer, don't get me wrong. Can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen and all that shit. But, okay, I can get some footage on. Are you ready for some footage, mate? with unfroze.
Take a seat.
I need to see why that's doing that, but there you go. Now you can see it doesn't look too bad. It's that art style which is aged quite well. Do you have any recollection of this game, Rob?
The game is tied.
I remember it, but I never played it, and it's like, what?
For 3.
They're good. It's so good. But they're all like mini games. Let me just go to a mini game, and obviously,
any one of these power-ups would.
It's very like couch kind of friends over, 2 controllers, couch play, chilling, taking the piss.
Love it.
Not the best game in the world, don't get me wrong. Like I said, NBA Jam is better, but it's very good. And I wish, for some reason, I've downloaded the new Space Jam game. I don't know why it's a 2D beat 'em up. I'm all for 2D beat 'em ups, right? Don't get me wrong, but I'm just thinking NBA Jam's right there. You've done this before. Just remaster this one. I'll take that all day long.
Just what have you done?
Yeah, a friend of mine at work played the new Space Jam game. He didn't like it. But yeah, I've just checked the prices as well. 15-20 quid, which isn't horrific for a PS1 game of this nature.
I did expect a little bit more though for that.
Yeah, the disc only is 25 for some reason, but you can get boxed for a relatively decent price. A complete with manual Michael Jordan video game, Space Jam PS1, $18.99. It's not bad at all. And also there's another one there for $12.74, so why not? But Rob,
yes.
I'm not going to do a quiz today. I'm going to chill.
I was going to say, I don't think I'm going to be. I'll probably lose to myself.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I'm going to play a game next week. I'll try and get it done for Tuesday, called Hoods Up. Now it's just going to be a screenshot of a video game HUD. I'm going to tamper with them, don't worry. I'm going to zoom them right in, pixelate them, change the colours round, maybe change the character if I've got enough time, and then just... What game is it? We'll see how that goes. We'll trial that next week as well. So
that should be good.
Yeah, but Rob, thank you so much for your time. It's been tremendous today.
It's been a pleasure again.
Hope you have a nice weekend.
Well, I'm gonna absolutely enjoy
it. I want to hear all about the N64 next Tuesday, mate. I want to hear all about it. Yeah, so yeah, everyone in the chat, thank you so much if you're still here. Everyone watching on YouTube, if you made it this far, you deserve a medal. So the only medal I can offer is the like and subscribe buttons. Take them at your will, and tune in if you can. If you can't, we won't hold it against you. But Rob, it's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. I'm going to get some tea, so until next time, my friends, keep it casual and sayonara. I can't find the thing. Bye, guys.